Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. You're watching the Urban Debate, and these are the top 8 stories at the top of 8. The Women's Panel Chief of India fails women. The chorus for the resignation of NCW Chief Rekha Sharma grows for not taking action over the video of the Manipur monsters despite being aware of it since May. The NCW sat on the complaint for almost 38 days. Rekha Sharma is shifting the blame on the state administration. She is also calling our relentless coverage on the incident biased. 79 days on, Manipur continues to burn. Chief Minister Biren Singh refuses to take accountability, says the opposition can ask for his resignation, but he will not resign. Shocking, insensitive, disgraceful. The Rajasthan government is curbing your right to protest. Chief Minister Gehlot's top minister is calling protests demanding justice for the dead dhanda. He's saying and accusing people of trading bodies for jobs and compensation. Rains continue to wreak havoc in Maharashtra. The death toll in the landslide in Raigad has now reached 22. Rescue operations have had to be stalled because of inclement weather. Nearly 100 people are still feared trapped under the debris. The Supreme Court has issued a notice on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's plea, seeking a stay on his conviction by the Gujarat High Court. The top court has listed the case for hearing on 4th of August. The Gujarat High Court had previously convicted Rahul Gandhi for criminal defamation in the Modi surname case. It's a big win for the Hindu side in the Gyanvapi Mosque survey case. A Banaras court has allowed a scientific survey of the Gyanvapi Mosque premises, except the spots that have been sealed by the Supreme Court. Aviation regulator, the DGCA, has given Go Air permission to resume flight operations. The airline has been non-operational for the last 2 months. And global anticipation has reached its peak as Greta Gerwig's Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer hit theaters. Oppenheimer has smashed records with over 90,000 opening day sales tickets, while 16,000 tickets have been sold for Barbie on the opening day in India. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, the National Commission of Women Chief, Rekha Sharma, has pointed a finger at our coverage of the horrific Manipur video. She has called us biased. Biased because we asked her some uncomfortable questions about the NCW's response to 3 women being stripped, paraded naked, and then one of them being gang raped. I will put those questions to you, and you can decide for yourself if the questions we are asking are biased. First of all, Madam Sharma, were you or were you not informed via a complaint on the 12th of June about what had transpired on May 4th, that a mob of 800 had stripped 3 Manipuri women and paraded them naked? That complaint was emailed to you, to the NCW, and the NCW's complaint cell specifically for the Northeast. That was 38 days ago. What did you do about it? Your mandate is to safeguard the rights and dignity of women across this country. Manipur is part of this country. Why did you not even have the courtesy to acknowledge that complaint? 36 days before the entire country learnt of the horror that happened in Manipur, you knew. How come you didn't take suo motu cognizance of it or send a team there to investigate the matter? That is SOP, right, when it comes to rapes in Rajasthan and Bengal? Then why did you not follow that protocol in Manipur? You have called us biased. What would you call your actions? You say action was taken, that you sent 4 letters to the Chief Secretary and the DG of Manipur. Madam Sharma, you released those letters to the press. We read those letters. They are generic and they urge the administration to ensure that women in Manipur are safe. Have you anywhere specifically raised the stripping and rape incident? No, you haven't. At least not in the letters that you have released. Why not? Even if you didn't believe in the charges, you could have at least asked the DGP to investigate it or send your own team to do so. Why is it that only when the video went viral, you took cognizance of the matter and wrote to the Manipur government? You have known what happened for 36 days. What stopped you from investigating it or asking the Manipur police to do it? Why did your tweet after the video went viral act surprised? You knew for 36 days that something like this had happened. Madam Sharma, you have called us biased. You have a right to your opinion. We respect that. But why is it that you are willing to join us on any discussion on rape in West Bengal, but not in Manipur? A rape is a rape anywhere in this country. Is your intervention based on political leanings? We requested you to join us today. You refused. Reporters asked you questions today, and it's only fair on our part to play out what you have said. We would have liked to have you on the show. You refused to come.
एक महीने में जितनी भी आपने कंप्लेंट फॉरवर्ड की, क्योंकि आप जब भी कंप्लेंट फॉरवर्ड करते नोटिस इशू करते हैं, बाकायदा डेडलाइन होता है, जैसे आज भी जो किया गया 4 दिनों में जवाब दिया, क्या उसमें कोई जवाब आया था? क्या जवाब आया था? अगर
जवाब नहीं आया, इसीलिए मैंने आज सीएम से बात की है। मैंने बार-बार उनसे बात करने के बाद जब जवाब नहीं आया तो मैंने सीएम से बात की।
मतलब आप ये
usually what is the timeline when you get a response? What is the timeline that you get back the response? Because you are saying that you never.
Sometime we give 1 week notice and sometime we give 10. It depends on this thing. But in this case we have not received any.
मैम मानते हैं ये एक लैप्स रहा है अधिकारियों की तरफ से कि जहां पर 4 दिन में 7 दिनों में जवाब दिया जाता है, महीना 1.5 महीना गुजर जाता है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं रिप्लाई आया।
मैम उसको सेंटेंस में अगर
आपने कहा कि आप मई में आपको मिली थी, फिर आपको जून में भी एक कंप्लेंट मिली जिसमें बहुत सारे
अलग-अलग ग्रुप से अलग-अलग ग्रुप से।
लेकिन मई वाली जो कंप्लेंट मिली थी उस पर आपने फौरन कार्रवाई करके डीजीपी को भेज दिया था। अगर उस पर कोई जवाब नहीं आया और फिर जून में फिर इस तरह की शिकायतें आई, उसके बाद भी 1 महीने तक कोई जवाब नहीं आया, तो क्या हमने संज्ञान लेना जरूरी नहीं समझा?
संज्ञान लिया था, इसीलिए डीजीपी को लिखा था। हम एक चीज मैं मीडिया को समझाना चाहूंगी कि हम एक ऐसी बॉडी है जो एडवाइस कर सकते हैं और उस पे काम करना ऑफिसर्स का काम है, चाहे वो सीएस है या डीजीपी है। तो हमने अपनी तरफ से एडवाइस किया था।
क्या आपने सीएम से आज बात की? तो क्या डीजीपी के खिलाफ भी कोई कार्रवाई करने की आपने बात की?
मैंने उनको कहा कि आप उनसे क्वेश्चन करें कि मेरी चिट्ठियों का जवाब क्यों नहीं दिया और मेरे को रिप्लाई भेजा जाए उसका।
The questions raised to the NCW chief today are not just ours. There are many people who are asking those questions to the NCW chief. In fact, the opposition is now calling for her resignation.
There are several opposition party leaders, different leaders, who are saying that the National Commission of Women Chief should step down because in such an important issue, if she was informed, if complaints had gone, then why was the National Commission of Women not able to take adequate action?
The National Commission of Women has failed the country as spectacularly as the Women and Child Welfare Minister of this country. She had information a month from now that some incident like this had happened, but she continued to sit on it. Yesterday, once the video came out, she was shouting from the rooftop to try and pull down that particular video. The question just arises, do we need an NCW chair which is so politicized, who speaks up only not on the issue of women's rights and women's safety, speaks up on the basis of her politics? That is the moot question.
how do you see this entire matter? Because on one hand, it is being stated that no action was being taken on the part of the NCW, but today Rekha Sharma has given a media bite and she has mentioned that we had written 2 letters to the DGP and other officials there as well.
You know, NCW has become a party. Did she do a press conference? Did she communicate? For every other opposition states, they jump and start dancing around and making allegations. Shameful. But you've noticed that so Rekha Sharma ji's face is covered and she has brought a lot of disrepute to the institution. Miss Rekha Sharma has been repeatedly only raising issues in opposition states. Now you see, Smriti Irani jumps to conclusion, jumps and shouts in the Lok Sabha कि बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा. सिर्फ भाजपा के समर्थक हैं तब बर्दाश्त नहीं होती है. आम जनता है तो फिर तो कोई चिंता नहीं. स्मृति ईरानी को कोई मतलब ही नहीं आम जनता के दर्द से. She called Biren Singh, I believe, and said this action should be taken. I mean, shameful. The Bharatiya Janata Party, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is no more a slogan. It was a warning to the people of India.
A quick chat with my guest this evening. Karuna Nandi is an advocate of the Supreme Court joining us on the broadcast. Patricia Mukhim is editor of the Shillong Times. She is with us as well. And Shamina Shafiq is an ex-member of the NCW. She is joining us as well. Patricia, I'm going to come to you first. There is not one letter. There were multiple complaints that came to the NCW. And that is what the NCW is saying. But the fact is, on July 12th, there is a specific complaint that goes on 3 email addresses to the NCW Chief, to the complaint cell, and the complaint cell that has specifically been raised for the Northeast. There is no acknowledgement for 36 days. There is absolutely no action for 36 days. And today Rekha Sharma is telling us that she did take cognizance and sent some letters to the Chief Secretary and the DGP of the station. Now, I've looked at those letters. I've looked at 3 of those letters. And the letters, I'm sure you have too, the letters are generic. They are generically talking about the fact that women are not safe and need to be kept safe. They are nowhere. Those letters are nowhere talking about the specifics mentioned in the July 12th letter. And I'm just going to, read out for our viewers what the complainants are saying. They are saying very specifically, giving the date and saying that on May 4th, 2 women from a village in Kangkopi were disrobed. They were paraded naked, beaten, and then encircled by a mob and raped in public. These are specifics that had been sent to Rekha Sharma. Does anything justify what happened after that?
See, I don't understand, number one, why these people who are appointed to these commissions think that they are obliged to the ruling government. They are there for a cause. They are there to protect the dignity and honor of women and to ensure that women who are abused, raped, get justice. She should have visited Manipur immediately on receipt of that letter. She should have done a fact check herself or sent any of her members. There are quite a number of members, and one of them, I have to say, is from Meghalaya. And we have seen this member from Meghalaya going to different states of the country, putting up pictures on social media. Why didn't she go to Manipur? She's very close to Manipur because she's in Meghalaya. She could have gone there, done a fact check, and just go and, be with women in solidarity. That is the role of the National Commission for Women. I see this is so very partisan. It's very clear that Rekha Sharma thinks she is there because she's been planted there. And this is why we as activists have also been saying that there must be a search committee for appointment of any of the state commission heads and the National Commission head for women.
Karuna Nandi, then do we even need a National Commission for Women if it is going to act in such a partisan way? That if there is a rape that happens in Rajasthan, if there is a rape that happens in West Bengal, you quickly mobilize your resources, you quickly take suo motu cognizance, you quickly send a team. But if it happens in Manipur, you decide it's okay to stay mum for 36 days, despite having specific details which the country didn't have. All of us got to know only 48 hours ago. They knew 36 days ago.
Ms. Sharma has a particularly egregious history in misogyny. I'm reading from her tweets. One was about Priyanka Gandhi and Kumar Vishwas, and I quote, "Priyanka Gandhi is my sister too, says Aap's Kumar Vishwas. Kumar Vishwas, just check if your father is same. We already knew something is fishy." Another tweet. This is all public. This is all in public domain. "Wish this Khap Panchayat man's family goes through simple rape and then we'll ask him what to do." She responds to the Prime Minister's personal handle, Narendra Modi. "Considering her health, Sonia ji should have been taken to a hospital in a well-equipped ambulance. Still, doctors are best judges." Now, this tweet is fine. She says, considering her mental health, she should be taken to a mental asylum. So, now, Ms. Sharma is the worst of the worst trolls, right? Now, the fact is that she is now in a statutory position. She is head of the NCW. Who installed her there? The central government. What is the central government doing on Manipur? This is a much better question. It's a much more important question. What are the central government and the state government doing when there is a civil war on? What they are doing is that they are cracking down on the information. They are cracking down on and it's become quite clear, the chief minister said today, that yes, today, a video has come out about the two women who were paraded in the manner that they were, but that there are lots and lots of women videos like this, right? And he seemed, and that's, and hence he was talking about the internet shutdown. Now, the thing is that he seems to be more concerned about the information coming out than the fact of the women of this country being humiliated and used as pawns in the civil war that is going on unhindered in our country, in his state. And he's more concerned about the information getting out. When we speak of the central government, let us be clear that the party that is in power in Manipur is the same party that is in power at the center. What have they done? There was one panel that they set up that neither the Meitei side nor the Kuki and the other tribal sides agreed to participate in. What have they done since then? Why is there a civil war happening in our country with women as victims? These two women, yes, but a number of women have been raped. And there is a story going around about a young man's head on a spear. What is going on in this country? And no, what happens instead is that the central government takes action against news outlets that have blurred out the pictures of the women so as to protect their privacy, shutting down the news. As we are the country that is leading the world, I think number one, perhaps, as the country of internet shutdowns. What is happening is perhaps to some degree, if it had been limited in particular areas, a control of the violence. But what is actually happening on a much larger scale is that the news of the civil war is not getting out. And it is the messengers that are being targeted. The messaging is being cut off. And the desperate people of Manipur are being left to their own devices. Rekha Sharma should have resigned a long time ago. The fact that she wasn't appointed at all is a travesty. But it's besides the point right now.
Shamina Shafiq, is that what Rekha Sharma was trying to do? And is that what NCW was trying to do? Bury the complaint and the information because it is too embarrassing for the ruling dispensation. And if she was doing that, that is not her job. Her job is not to protect the government from embarrassment. Her job is to protect women in this country and ensure that they get their rights. But is that what she was trying to do? And if that is what she was trying to do, what does it say about the credibility of the NCW? You'll have to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that unfortunately what Rekha Sharma has been doing, it is well painted on the wall. Everybody knows that. And what the former speaker was saying just now is absolutely correct. Every bit of it is correct. And I feel appalled and ashamed that an institution which was established to safeguard the rights of women in this country, it's a quasi-judicial body. It is supposed to function independently. It is supposed to take suo motu cognizance. In a grave situation as that of Manipur, she should have immediately actually gone to Manipur and ensure that the authorities take proper action against all the atrocities that have been happening against women. But unfortunately, she didn't do that. In fact, she was sitting on the complaint. And I feel that there should be an action against her. And moral responsibility is nothing in her dictionary probably. Otherwise, she should have resigned or she should have taken responsibility and actually acted. Now, you are talking about the Northeast cell that is there in National Commission for Women. I was very well a member of the National Commission for Women when this Northeast cell was established to ensure that the voices from the Northeast, our sisters' voices are heard, and we are taking proper actions against all the complaints on priority, especially for Northeast, because geographically it is very difficult for women to come across to Delhi and make a complaint physically. Yes, emails are there, and the responsibility of the commission is the Northeast cell specifically to ensure that the complaint reaches the chairperson. And I must tell you that the Northeast cell, or for that matter, any cell in National Commission for Women, every day the job of the cell responsible person is to take the complaints to the chairperson and inform her that, look, these are the complaints, these are serious complaints, these are not so serious complaints, these should be addressed. So definitely she got the information almost good 38 days ago, and obviously she was sitting upon it. She was sitting upon it because politically it doesn't suit her. And this is not what NCW was formed for. The NCW was ensured that we work as apolitical, absolutely non-political, and we work on the lines of safeguarding the rights of women. Now, she was saying, look, we can only advise the officers. I was listening to her interview just now, and she said that we can only advise the officers. Yes, you can advise the officers, but you can also investigate and inquire into what is happening and compile a report and present it to the central government, especially the Ministry of WCD. Such a case where Manipur, where we see that right now what has been happening is absolutely civil war. And all of us know that when a situation of civil war is there, at the receiving end, the first and the foremost are the women. They are sexually abused, they are raped, they are molested. Of course, children are killed, men are killed, but women are the worst target when it comes to a civil war situation. And in such a situation, if Rekha Sharma and her commission, all the members were sitting on the complaint, on the situation, these questions have to be asked and she should resign. But unfortunately, the Minister of WCD, Smriti Irani ji, she's also been sitting quietly on this. I mean, it is her job also, especially when she also has the Ministry of Minority Affairs under her, because there the tribals, the minorities, they were targeted. But unfortunately, we didn't see that. And when the media, your channel is questioning, then if she's saying that we are biased, but unfortunately she's biased. And I mean, she has no moral responsibility. She doesn't deserve to be in the National Commission for Women. I feel that not just this case, but all the cases, irrespective of whichever government is there in whichever state, it's the job of the NCW to ensure that a fair inquiry is conducted.
I agree.
That the report is actually put across to the Minister of WCD, to the Parliament. And in such cases where such grave situations are there, the report should have gone to the highest level, the Home Minister.
I agree.
And she has very well all the means to do so. But she chose to keep silent because she is more happy. It's more comfortable for her to actually talk or pull up the actors, for that matter, from Bollywood, because that brings her some kind of publicity. She chooses to go to Bengal or, for that matter, any other state where non-BJP government is there. This shows how politically motivated she is and the commission. I am shocked to hear that, I mean, there is a member from Meghalaya and she doesn't know what has been happening in Manipur. I mean, that was the first thing, especially when the Prime Minister boasted that we are going to ensure that the Northeast gets its due. This is the kind of due that the Northeast is getting. This is the kind of due when our brothers and sisters, especially sisters from Manipur, they are saying that, are we even taken as Indians? because none of the complaints have been addressed. Nobody even bothered to talk about it. And the CM, I mean, he's saying that, yes, there are hundreds and thousands of complaints, such complaints. Today I heard his interview. He was very upset that the reputation of the state has gone for a toss because of the news coming out, because of the video getting viral. He's worried about the video getting viral. He's not worried about the situation of women in his state. Unfortunately, he has no moral due to actually stay on the chair. He should be made to resign. We don't expect him to resign.
Here's what I'll say.
What is the Prime Minister doing?
No, we don't expect anyone to resign. We don't expect Biren. Okay, we don't expect anyone to resign. We don't expect Biren Singh to resign. Although the state has burnt under him for 78 days and 145 people have been killed, we don't expect accountability for him. We should not expect him to resign. He said that once again today, I'm not resigning. We don't expect Rekha Sharma to resign either. But here's what I'll say. And Patricia Mukhim just...
No, my point is,
here's what I'll say. I'll say that a rape is a rape is a rape. A rape is equally heinous. Just a minute, ma'am. Fact is that a rape is a rape is a rape. It's as heinous in West Bengal as it is in Rajasthan, as it is in Manipur. And when you take cognizance or send your investigative teams, you don't do that based on ideology. You don't do that based on who is ruling that state. But Patricia Mukhim, before I wrap this conversation, here's something that struck me as I heard you and I heard Karuna and I heard Shamina ji. That, in a war zone, and this is a war zone, women's bodies often become battlefields. This has happened through history. The National Commission of Women would have been expected to know this and possibly be proactive about looking out for instances that are happening and proactively trying to ensure, whatever is in her capacity, that gender violence is not perpetrated in Manipur. I would imagine that any NCW chief would have the sense to know what is coming and to try and warn the state government about it. Even that didn't happen.
Shreya, I want to say one thing. You cannot just pull any woman from anywhere and put her on that seat. That is a seat of authority, of responsibility. Any woman who sits there has to be gender sensitive and has to have gone through some amount of understanding of what gender is all about, what gender violence constitutes, and then should have some amount of understanding of the law. Otherwise, you pick up anyone, you put them there, and they become like little dolls, running around and trying to please the government of the day. This is just not done. I think henceforth we have to demand this, that there be a search and select committee that will go through, that will also propose names of people who deserve to be there, who are not partisan in any way, who are not especially political appointees. Because in this country, we can see all the institutions are being hugely politicized, and it's not doing us any good. In fact, it's really demeaning us. It demeans our stature as women, and and then that none of the journalists have had the courage to go and ask the Prime Minister, what do you think of the situation in Manipur? Why did he have to speak only now when such a thing has happened? And he, mind you, spoke only on this video. He didn't speak about the 78 days of violence that shook Manipur. And Manipur is, we are in a region which shares only 1% of the boundary with India. They should have been much more caring, much more, they should have shown some empathy for the people of Manipur and the people of the region, because this what happened in Manipur today could happen anywhere in any of the 7 states. We know that militants are all under some kind of agreement or the other, but they can quickly regroup like they have done in the valley of Manipur and in the hills as well. So we are looking at a very, very disturbing scenario here. And I wish that this person who is holding the post of the National Commission for Women, chairperson, she should just step down, or The women in this country should demand that she step down.
Patricia Mukhim, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. It was good to hear you. Thank you very much, Karuna Nandi, for joining us, and Shamina Shafiq, thank you very much for joining us as well. On that, thank you very